Coming to you from New York City. Bringing the video podcast for global Filipinos around the world. Watch and listen as we speak and get to know different celebrities, icons, influencers, and inspiring people. Join Jesse Dang and Jay Cass as they talk about anything and everything while bridging the gap between Filipinos of different generations and genres of choice. This is Over a Glass or Two.
Direct pakinaan po ang club natin. Ang club tuba natin.
Sabi na naman ni Direk, wala siya marinig.
Oo, kasi diba? Medyo bigi po ang aming director.
Kailangan po namin ng bagong technical director, yung hindi po Pinoy.
Yes. Oh my God. Kumusta ka na, Jay? Kasi my God, nakapang-office pa ako kasi kauwi ko lang 45 minutes ago. Oh my God. Kumusta ka na?
Mukha ka pa rin fresh. Diba?
Kailangan
Kasing fresh mo yung hamog ngayon because it's been raining. It's gonna be raining for 2 days.
For 2 days. Kaya nga, kung nandito po kayo sa New York, New Jersey, nako, baka gusto niyo lang magstay sa bahay or mag-Netflix kayo, binge ng Netflix or spend time with your family because it's gonna rain. It's gonna be a rainy
binge
weekend.
On iWantTFC.
iWantTFC, yan. So anyways, my God, excited na ako ngayong araw na to. Teka, kumusta po kayong lahat? Kumusta po sa aming mahal na Pilipinas at dearest USA, especially po sa mga TFC subscribers, FYE Channel in Kumu, Facebook, and YouTube. Jay, kasi ikaw naman, go!
Yes, hello mga taga TFC, FYE Channel, and Jeepney TV. Good morning po sa lahat ng mga Filipinos and non-Filipinos in different time zones, in different dimensions, in different continents, in different galaxies, in this whole wide universe. Yahaya! O diba? May bago na naman.
Alam mo, naghadukin ka dyan, hadukin. Ay, nga pala, I would like to say, congratulations, syempre, sa aking anak. Yung aking 11-year-old son, si Kaden. Yeah, we were there earlier, actually, with Direk. Syempre, nasa honors student. I think second na siya this time. Madalas first or second lang yun. Pero congratulations, Baban. Mako, keep it up, diba?
Yes, manang-mana very big baby boy.
Yes, manang-mana kay JCAS, diba? Laging consistent honor student. So anyways, my God, excited na ako ngayong araw na to. Syempre, yung aming dearest friend na napaka-sexy at maganda na lahat na. Nung nagsabog ng talent ang Diyos, kinuha na niyang lahat, diba?
Correct.
Excited na kami, syempre. Si Rachel Alejandro po. Ang pinakaiintayin nyo, guest namin ngayong araw na to. Ang daming labada ng bakla. Diyos ko, yun yung mga pag-uusapan natin ngayong araw na to. Diba? Mga whereabouts niya, namimiss na natin siya. Yung mga gimmick natin dito sa New York, sis. Pagbalik mo, alam na this.
Teka lang, wait. Meron tayong early bird. Batiin natin si Angelita Cepilo from Glendale, California. Nasa Facebook siya.
Hello. And mga tao sa mga taga-Kumu, hello din po sa inyong lahat.
Hello mga taga-Kumu, log in na mga communizens.
Yes, ayan. Para pag-uusapan natin, marami tayong pag-uusapan ng mga whereabouts, mga kung ano-anong nangyayari kay Miss Rachel Alejandro po. Ayan. So, teka, mag-hi tayo. Of course, I'm sure nanonood si Carlos, di ba? Hi, Carlos.
Ay, asan nga ba?
Dearest husband. Carlos, are you watching right now? Oo nga, namimiss na niya for sure si Rachel, no?
Oo, nandito din sa New York si Carlos.
Ayan. Sige na po. Teka, tama na chikahan namin ni Jcas. I-introduce ko na ang ating special guest for this morning. Ayan. Okay. Hardworking is definitely not enough to describe our lovely guest. She is continuously acting and singing both in the Philippines and here in the US. At Diyos ko, hindi lang yun aside sa acting and singing, meron din siyang business sa Pilipinas, di ba? Talagang kuratsa ang lola mo. We know her as a songstress who gave us classics like Mr. Cupido, KSP, Kay Tagal, Nakapagtataka, Bulag sa Katotohanan, Paalam Na, my God, my favorite, and as Natalia in the hit TV series, The Broken Marriage Vow. My God, favorite ko yun. Jcas, panoorin mo yun. Mamamangha ka talaga dun sa acting skills ng lola mo. Samahan niyo po kami and sama-sama nating alamin what's her latest whereabouts, especially her current and upcoming projects that she's been working on. Guys, let's welcome the queen of heartbreak songs, our dearest friend, the beautiful and walang kakupas-kupas, Miss Rachel Alejandro! Woohoo!
New York.
I know, na-miss ka na namin. My God,
I know.
lalong bungagan. Sis, lalo kang, grabe,
Hi,
lalo kang
Rachel.
gumaganda at pumapayat. Ano ba yan?
Kumusta naman yung off-shoulder mo? Diba? Alam mo ba,
Best
dapat
in
ganyan
Venus
din yung
cut.
suot ko,
Ano?
Venus cut. Diba? Dapat ganyan din yung suot ko,
Why
buti
not?
na lang hindi ko sinuot. I decided
Oo.
not to.
Sorry, oo.
Sana nag-terno tayo. Oh, I just wanted to thank you kasi alam nyo guys, si Jessie at si Jcas mag-asawa. Kasi syempre kahit na since 2018 nakatira dyan si Cos yung husband ko, talagang sobrang bilang we don't really make, it's not so easy for us to make friends, pero kami namang dinadrag kami sa lahat ng mga happenings.
Happenings.
Yan. So,
Wala kang magagawa, wala you're forever.
Nakakalabas kami these days. Thank you, Jcas, for bringing Carlos with you sa mga night outs. Kasi, alam
Oo
mo
Yes.
naman.
Teka muna bago tayo magtuloy.
Kaya lang, since we left the Philippines, since we moved to New York, parang alam mo yung, syempre hindi kadali, di ba? Even if you have workmates, hindi mo na lang so, parang sila talaga yung lagi namin kasama sa mga dinners and
Yes, at marami pang sis, yan ang favorite natin, yung inom. Di kasi sabi ni Direk, naghahang ka sis. Nag-freeze ka sis.
talaga.
Oo,
Okay,
ba't kaya no? Oh, sige.
Oo
Sige,
nga
sis,
eh,
gusto mo,
kanina nag-interview
balik ka ulit? Oo,
sige.
sige.
Oo.
Sige.
Come back.
Yes. Oo nga guys, alam mo habang iniintay natin si Miss Rachel ulit bumalik, grabe, talagang sobrang bait ng dalawang yan. And we had so much fun every time na gumigimik talaga kami, no? Talagang, my God, sino to? Sabi ni Direk, sa Kumu. Hi! Si Doc Uzi. Hi, hello sa mga taga Kumu. Ayan
Hello.
na, nagpapasukan na po sila. Ayan. Oo guys, talaga sobrang bait ni Rachel. As in, pati si Carlos yung husband, talagang
Oo, ano sila?
down to earth, no?
Masarap po sila ang kainuman.
As in lahat, like kakwentuhan, sobrang fun. Talagang, alam mo yung parang, nung una nga parang sabi namin, wow, come on, who doesn't know Rachel Alejandro, di ba? Rachel Alejandro na siya, pero hindi talaga pinaparamdam ni Rach na parang, excuse me, yun, Rachel Alejandro ko. Wala kang mafe-feel na ganun. Talagang down to earth.
Yes.
She's one of us. Ganun kabait. Kaya pag na-meet nyo talaga si Rachel, my God, it will be an honor pag nakasama nyo yan. Oh, Joe Herrera, hello, kumusta?
Hi, Joe.
O ano na, at saka ano pa, tawag dito pagbalik ni, ayan na. Okay, ayan.
Is that better?
So
Yes,
much
it
better, sis.
is.
So much better, so
Okay.
much better.
But sige na, kayo na ang first world internet.
I know, right? Ako nga
Wala kami sinabi. Ikaw na
wala
nagsabi niya.
kaming sinabi, grabe. Uy, pero, alam mo, sinasabi namin na kanina, before, nung nag-pause ka muna, sabi namin sa lahat na, hindi mo talagang, nung na-meet namin si Rachel, talagang, wala ka mo yung mararamdaman na, Rachel Alejandro na siya, talagang sobrang down to earth ng bakla. Ang bait-bait. Sobra. Kaya keep it up, sis, kahit nandun ka na sa, nasa Hollywood ka na, wag mo kaming wag mo kaming ihuyo.
Pag naglalakad ka na sa red carpet,
Oh,
diba,
yes.
sa Hollywood.
Who you? Oo, nako.
Kainis.
Darating yan, my God, as in. Di kasi, mag-hi ka nga pala muna sa lahat ng mga nanonood, especially mga taga-TFC.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Sa lahat ng kababayans natin all over the world, grabe na kayo. From the last time na I guested on your show, which was a few months back. And
Yes.
syempre talagang layo na nang narating ng OAGOT, di ba?
Oh,
Sobra na kayong, sobra na kayong TFC, o di ba?
Wow,
Saan na kayo na napapanood. So I would like to greet everyone tuning in from all over the world, watching in whatever format that you're watching on right now. I am so happy to be here back on the show kasi ito talaga ang show na inaabangan ng mga kababayans natin for all the latest
Yes.
in entertainment.
Salamat, sis. Grabe, sis, alam mo, kahit kaibigan ka na namin, madalas ka naming kasama. Alam mo, sis, until now, nasa starstruck ako. Paganda ka ng paganda. Ano nga pinaggagawa? Teka, bago natin pag-usapan lahat ng mga tips mo. Teka, syempre kailangan natin mag-toast, di ba? Dating gawin. Ayan.
Wala katapusan.
Good morning dito kaya hindi pa tayo nakainom.
Oo, nakainom. Oo, kami naman, sige na nga, nagkakape ka ba, Jcas? Oo, sige.
Lalo na Friday
Ano ka ba
night
kape
sa
to?
inyo.
Huwag ka magulo.
Oo nga, hindi pala kape joke. Okay,
Friday na.
So anyways, yan, sige. I-introduce ko ulit, i-welcome namin si Rachel Alejandro yan. Sa sambayan ng Pilipinas po at sa aming dearest USA, guys, let's all welcome ng napakagandang Miss Rachel Alejandro. Welcome back to Over a Glass or Two. Cheers! Yan. Alam mo, sis. Yan. Sige, picture daw ulit. Okay, go. 1,
Go.
2, 3. Ayan. Alam mo, sis,
Alright.
totoo lang. Hindi ko alam
Siyempre
saan tayo
natutuwa ako
mag-uumpisa.
sa mga giniguest nyo. Talaga namang mga big names, to be fair.
Oh my God. Siyempre, parang, Diyos ko, ikaw
Parang
lang.
kailangan lumevel sa'yo, di ba?
Lumebel sa'yo,
Ay,
sis. Sobra. Teka lang mo, sis. Okay. Sa totoo lang, hindi ko alam saan mag-uumpisa. Sa dami mong... Parang sabi ko nga,
Ang dami kong chismis para sa inyo.
I know,
Ay,
sobra.
that's
Sabi ko,
good.
sabi ko,
Wait, ang gusto ko lang sabihin pala, yung mga taga Facebook dyan, if you have any questions pala para kay Miss Rachel, just type it. This is the
Yes,
perfect
sasagutin
opportunity
yan.
to ask her.
Yes.
Ayan.
Sis,
go
saan
ahead.
tayo mag-uumpisa? Sabi, Nelson from Taiwan. Hello, Nelson Benigay. Hello.
Alam ko na, Jessie, kung ano una.
Ano?
Okay, wait. We last saw you sa, ano ba to? Yung Irish thingy.
Ang
Diba?
dami natin
Nakagreen
kasing
ako.
ginawa. Hindi ko na alam.
Tayo, di ba? Nag-St. Patrick's Day.
Ayun.
St. Patrick!
Nakalimutan na namin
Pero
yun just a few
talagang,
months ago.
sobrang blockbuster kahit
Oo,
saan.
ang daming tao, ang dami pa mga gwapong mga afam.
Oo
Ayan.
nga, mga afa.
Okay.
Cute, di ba?
Oo,
Yes.
sobra.
Since we saw you that day and then I think you flew the next day or the Monday after that.
Right. Last night na yun.
What's the first thing that you did sa Pinas?
Alam nyo, kasi one of the reasons why bumalik ako was because my lola turned 90. And so
Yes.
yun ang una-una kong ginawa. Diretso talaga ako sa bahay ng lola ko. Kasi si lola ang nag-alaga sa akin. She was the one who would drive. When I was younger, syempre, when I still needed a chaperone in my teenage years, si lola yung nagda-drive sa akin everywhere. Minsan hindi natutulog yun kasi we would have yung mga out-of-town shows, mga tapings. And then the next morning, drive pa niya ako to school. So, si Lola talagang inuwian ko dito. So she turned 90. So we just had a celebration. Kaya lang kasi nahulog siya, so na-injure niya. She broke her arm. So 1 month later, a few days ago, palang namin ginawa yung malaking party niya. So natuloy naman. So I'm so grateful. I'm so thankful that we were able to celebrate her very special day.
Wow.
Where did you guys
90th,
celebrate?
no?
We went to her favorite steak place sa Green Hills. It's called House of Minis. My God, my dad yata has been going there since he was a teenager or even younger. Ganun nakaluma yung restaurant.
Yung restaurant na yun?
Yeah, it's one of the oldest restaurants, I think, that still exists.
Kasi di ba sa Pilipinas, sis, di ba? Like, parang 5 years lang ang parang span ng mga restaurants tapos nagko-close na. Pero yung
kasi parang, di ba, uso-uso di ba? Parang, may bago na naman na place, tapos after a while, magsasawa din yung mga tao. But I think the key is consistency.
Yes.
And may mga places talaga na binabalik-balikan, lalo na of the older generation, syempre.
Grabe,
so yung mga
no?
lolo't lola natin, may mga paborito silang mga pinupuntahan, di ba? So yun. And then, of course, right after that, right after na nakita ko yung lola ko, after a few days, sabak na agad to a lot of the different projects nga that I have here. I'm shooting a movie with Morissette. Siguro
Yes.
nabalitaan na nung iba dyan. We're shooting Song of the Fireflies. I was in Bohol for 10 days. Tapos, syempre, prior to that, nag-Holy Week muna kaming mga barkada ko.
Balisin!
Nagbalisin kami.
I know!
With Geneva Cruz and Jeffrey Hidalgo. And then, right after that, sabak naman ngayon to the Contramundum, ang all-star concert ng Ang Larawan. So that's a film that I shot in, that we showed in 2017, and now it will be done as a concert in celebration of the 50th anniversary of the Order of the National Artists. Kasi there are so many national artists that are associated with this particular piece of work. So, Ang Larawan, for instance, the musical and the film, we have, of course, Ryan Cayabyab, Nick Joaquin, Rolando Tino, Badong Bernal, Tony Mabesa. So, it's something na parang they use this particular material to celebrate the national artists. So, tapos sobrang all-star kasi Paolo Avellino, Jericho Rosales.
Wow.
We have Karil, we have Between Escalante, Agot Isidro. Of course, Miss Celeste Legaspi is reprising her role as Candida from the musical from the 1990s, and Haji Alejandro as Don Perico. In the film kasi it was Tito Robert Arevalo that played that role, but Tito Robert is not available for the concert. So it's my dad reprising his role from the 1990s musical. So it's interesting to see kasi 3 acts yun eh. Yung live musical, 3 acts yun. Act 1, Act 2, Act 3. So if you can just imagine, each act nagpapalit yung leads. So para siyempre mas bongga pa talaga. So parang yung mga tao na, it's Celeste and Agot in Act 1. Pagpalit ng Act 2, it's Isol and Karil who will be doing Candida and Paula. And then when it comes to Act 3, and of course Jericho will be in Act 2. And then pag Act 3 naman, syempre yun na syempre sinusidus ang lola mo ni Paolo Avellino. Why not?
Oh, why not? Oh my God, yes! Sabi nga namin, Paolo Avellino!
Magkadikit ang mukha. At saka gusto ko yan kasi you're playing a teenager role, right? Chos lang. Kasi tatlo yung... Diba? Hindi. Ayan po, ayan.
Made yung character ko. For those who have not seen Ang Larawan in any form, of course, the lead characters are 2 spinsters, old maids, meaning you're in your 30s, diba? Back in the day. Kasi nung araw, ganun pa lang, kahit 30 ka pa lang, considered ka na old maid, diba?
Oo nga, no? Yeah, nung araw, yes.
So, nung araw ganun, kasi the setting of this story is 1940. It's actually a month before the whole Intramuros and basically Manila was bombed, because of World War II. That was prior to the Japanese invasion. So yun basically or it was already during that time, I'm sorry. It was during that time, and then na-decimate actually most structures and most buildings around Metro Manila. Kaya for those who don't really are not so familiar with history, that's what happened kung bakit napaka-konti, di ba napansin nyo, pag bumiyahe tayo ng Thailand or bumiyahe kayo ng Indonesia and other places, di ba there's parang, pwede kayong nagrereklamo na parang, bakit sila parang mas marami silang na-preserve, di ba, ng mga cultural stuff, yung mga, parang na-preserve nila yung mga temples nila, mga ganyan. Sa Philippines, practically wala. Diba? As in, ang liit lang ng Fort Santiago, because actually talaga in 1941 nasira lahat yon. So this story, although it's a fictional story, happens a month before that. And so you have that theme, plus of course these 2 sisters that are hanging on to what is beautiful, hanging on to art, beauty, and all that. And of course, pumapasok na itong new world, diba, na trying to get them to, hindi, benta nyo na yung painting ng tatay nyo para magkapera kayo. Pero they're, syempre si Miss Paula Marasigan, trying her best na syempre, parang kasi yung tatay niya, that's his last work. He's this very, very famous painter na, anyway, yun yung kwento. So I'm so excited for people to see it. Yun nga lang, it's only going to be a one-night event on May 6 at the Metropolitan Theater.
One-night event lang?
one-night event. There's like a technical dress rehearsal for some friends and family the day before. Pero on May 6, it's just a one-night event. So, but you never know, baka magka-repeat
Yeah,
in the
pag
future.
maraming clamor ng mga
sure.
tao, di ba? Magkakaroon
one
ng
night
second
Grabe.
night.
Hindi pa nga released actually yung tickets kasi there will be parang a link for
Yes.
people. Kasi pag mga ganyan na parang it's a government NCCA, Metropolitan Theater, it's actually free to the public. Meron
wow.
lang siyang parang, of course, if you would like to donate, as a sponsor to the show, you can also message GR Rodis on Facebook to get, basically to reserve special seating. Pero sobrang limited lang yan. I think there are only a few seats for the donor seats left. And the rest, kailangan yung maghintay ng May 1 to register. Kaya ang ano ko lang is sana hindi mag-crash yung link.
Pero sis, nagtataka, how many
Dami-dami
hours yung
yung
show? How many hours
Because of
is the
course,
show?
they have
Ay, nag-freeze na naman si Rachel.
Oo, may delay din kasi, di ba?
May delay. Oo. Asa na si Direk? Si Direk nag-restroom ata.
Buti na lang maganda si Rachel. Look at
Freeze,
that.
oo. Oh, nako, Direk, nag-freeze na naman si Rach.
Ayan.
Grabe no, parang, ito na, for a big show and wow, like the cast is amazing. One day lang? Ayan, nag-freeze na naman. Ayan, okay na sis, yan.
Ayan.
Sis,
Well,
yung tanong
for
ko,
one-
bakit one day?
Oo, yeah. Well, kasi, of course, people's schedules, no? I mean, it's actually a wonder that napagsama-sama ang ganito karaming batikang artista
Exactly.
into one show. Grabe yung rehearsals. As in, talaga sila Paolo and all of us talagang for days and days talagang even it even involves like voice lessons with Mrs. Kayabyab, the wife of Ryan. So
Yes.
like someone like Bea Alonso, who will be in a very special role. Bea Alonso was taking voice lessons for this. Yeah. So medyo syempre with their very, very busy schedule, di ba, ang hirap talaga pagsamahin. So it's really a blessing na nakuha namin silang lahat for at least this one day.
Oh my
To
God.
do this very special show.
Imagine mo sis, no, sana meron dito sa US, no, lahat nagpunta rito. Oh my God.
Diba?
Mas malaki pa yan sa Here Lies Love.
Ang bongga.
Oh, speaking of Here Lies Love, grabe, no? I'm so excited. Manonood ba kayo?
Oh, definitely.
Kasi
Oo
Definitely.
naman.
sobra akong excited. Sana magkakasama tayo makapanood para
Okay,
masaya.
sis, let me know pag nandito ka na or kung para i-check natin, please. Oo, sana magkakasama tayo na
Oo.
Carlos, no?
That would be so fun. For those, of course, who have not, syempre, I don't know what rock you've been hiding under, but kung hindi nyo pa nabalitaan ang Here Lies Love, it's the very first, if I'm not mistaken, all Filipino cast that will.
Oh, nawala si Rich. Oo. Alam mo naman ang internet sa atin. Pasensya
Oo.
na po.
Here Lies
Oo.
Love Broadway show.
Oh my, at saka ito, alam mo, kiniklaim ko na yan for Rach. Sabi ko, one of these days, mga after a few months, nandun na yan sa cast ng Here Lies Love. Here Lies Love, yes.
Oo.
Ayan. Sis talaga ang internet, no? Oo, ay nako, hindi naman natin marinig. Oo, ganyan talaga po. Pasensya na. Ang dami nagsasabi, fresh na fresh pa rin si Rachel Alejandro.
Ayan.
Oo. Ayan.
Ayan. Speaking of fresh na fresh, ayan siya.
Ayan. Pero Rach, sabi ko nga actually I'm claiming it for Rach na one of these days, nandiyan na yan sa Here Lies Love.
Oh, that would be that.
May plan
Of course,
ba, sis?
for now,
May plan?
everyone's excited and everyone is clamoring to get tickets. Parang from what I understand, from nung nilabas yata yung link ng tickets, as in nag-crash na siya agad. Kasi sa sobrang excited ng mga Filipinos and of course, Broadway lovers, Broadway musical lovers all over the world really want to see Lea Salonga do that show because she's there for a limited time.
Like
So,
ilang ano lang sis? How many
shows?
Ayan,
weeks? Oo,
ayan
si
yun.
Lea?
Ayan. I'm not entirely sure, but she's there because she has something, if I'm not mistaken, in the UK. She's doing parang a few months in the UK, I think, for a show that she's running there. Yeah. So, but in my case naman, gusto kong imbitahin ang mga kababayans natin that are watching right now in the US. I have like a tour schedule again, and I'm going to be in Baltimore. So, malapit ng Mother's Day, di ba, guys? So,
Yes.
Ayan ang
Mother's
schedule.
Day is May 14. Sunday. So we took this opportunity for Maryland kababayans and in the DC area, in the DMV area. On May 13th, Saturday, I'll be there performing in Baltimore. June 17, I'm going to be in Salt Lake City. June 14, it will be my first time to be performing in Indiana, and I'll be at Fort Wayne. August 12 and 13, Knoxville and Nashville. First time ko rin in Tennessee. And then September 20 to 22, Hollywood and Big Island. Sama kayo.
Oh my God.
Mag-Hawaii tayo.
Oh my
Oh my
God.
God. Gusto
And
ko
then
dyan. Di
October
pa ako
28,
nakapunta.
Cleveland. So, konti pa lang naman yung shows. Konti pa lang.
Naku.
Mapupuno pa
Alam
yan.
mo,
Mapupuno pa yan.
kahit hindi yung sa Hawaii lang kasi hindi pa tayo nakapunta doon sa Salt Lake City,
Lahat.
ang
sa
dami.
Tennessee.
Sasama mo
Ayan.
si Carlos dyan?
For some, maybe he can make it. Depends kung makaka-take off siya from work. Pero yeah, I'm so excited. Sana you guys
Ang dami
can
mong ginagawa. Ang dami mong, sis, ano pa ba hindi mo ginagawa? Tapos, meron ka pang yung actually, congratulations sis yung sa CNN, that you guested in CNN, and you talk about the sexy chef.
I saw
Yeah.
Diba
that.
naman yun? Sabi ko nga,
Yeah, 19
grabe.
years na yon. The Sexy Chef has been delivering healthy meals around for 19 years only in Metro Manila. Pero now, just last week, we expanded to Laguna, Bulacan, Cavite, and Rizal. So, bagong-bago lang yan, mainit-init pa, that we're available in the north, south, and east of Metro Manila. You never know. I mean, maybe in the
Wow.
future, we would
Sa
love to go to
US.
Cebu and elsewhere. But 19 years na kami. Kasi kaming magkapatid, we're not really business-minded people. We're really artists in a way. My sister is the chef. Hindi po ako yung the sexy chef. Si Barney Alejandro, my sister, is the sexy chef. And I am the one in charge of our marketing and stuff like that. Which, that's been our kind of like our role division in the company. So she runs the business day to day. So kahit nasa New York ako, the sexy chef is still there delivering meals. And
Ayan.
Ano na naman.
Oh, Tita G, ayan. Hello, kumusta
I
po?
know. Hello. Sana magkaroon ng The Sexy Chef dito naman sa US, no?
Sinasabi niya hindi daw siya yung sexy chef. Pero talagang once you say sexy chef, automatic talaga. Oh, bagay kay Rach yun
Sexy Chef.
Oo.
Diba? O ako naman yung nag-freeze ngayon, direct. Ayan. Ay, hindi ba? Parang ako yung nag-freeze.
Parang, oo. Pero,
Yung audio ko ang hindi. Di ba parang, imagine mo, ang bilib ako kay Rach, no? Aside from singer, actress, producer, tas ito, entrepreneur. Wow, ano pa bang hindi ginagawa ni Rach? So Rach, wait, 19 years na, so, wait, ang galing Paano nag-start tong Sexy Chef? Like, trip nyo lang? Nung sister mo?
she started cooking for me. So parang she became my personal chef. Kasi in that was like 2003, I would say, that she started that. And in 2004, we started offering her cooking to a few other people, like her coworkers, and then sa other family members. And then doon na nag-start. And we just started kitchen lang ng lola ko, ganun lang. And then my tita was the one delivering the meals in my car. Ganun siya nag-start. Mom and pop talaga.
paano tingin mo yung
Later
longevity
on,
ng
ito na,
sexy
nagkaroon
chef?
na kami ng staff. Oo.
Paano siya umabot hanggang 19 years?
A lot of blood, sweat, and tears, obviously, kasi diba, nag-pandemic pa, which was a real challenge to us. Grabe. You would think, diba, na parang, kasi you're a delivery service na baka it's easy. But you know what, guys? Ang dami kasi din, diba, na nawalan din ng work. And of course, marami rin na mga parang moms, diba, a lot of moms were cooking talaga for their families, diba? So hindi na nila maiisip na syempre umorder pa ng any meals for themselves, diba? So that was a challenge. And of course now with inflation, mahirap din, diba? So but we're still there, and we actually started offering something called calorie deficit. It's our newest meal plan. Ano siya, it's a much more budget friendly plan. And it's now available, like I mentioned, nga, outside of Metro Manila. And it doesn't ban any food group. So it's all about tracking your macros, tracking your calories, because it's perfect for people na, di ba? There are people na do like cycling or walking, running, and then parang kinakount talaga nila yung calorie in versus calorie out. So it's perfect for people that like to track their macros.
Ano ba yung
Yan.
macros? Alam ko yun, ano yun, robot yun eh.
So
Pinapanood ko dati,
macros
bata
sa
ako, robot
Excel.
yun.
Sa Excel sheets. Oo, hindi pala macros na ano. Oo.
Macros for your proteins, 'di ba? Your carbs.
Oh.
Basically
Ayun
yung
pala
mga
yung
nakikita
macros.
nyo sa likod ng mga calories,
Yung nutrient
diba?
guide sa likod.
Nandun yun sa likod ng mga 'di ba pag bumili ka ng any type of food from the supermarket, you will see the macros usually there, yung nutritional information. Yan. Yan. So for people that are more concerned about how many grams of this and that they're getting in their food, it's for people that are like that.
Yun.
So, and ang kasi, di ba, may mga tao na gusto nila keto, gusto nila South Beach, di ba? Believe it or not, marami pa rin nagaganon. But for people na, hindi ko talaga kaya na walang carbs, then you're better off with calorie deficit. Kasi, kumbaga, wala kaming binabawal na food group. Ang hindi lang talaga namin ginagamit, of course, are, as much as possible, ay hindi kami, yung mga, as much as possible, syempre, it's not like fast food na may mga extenders, di ba? As much as possible, talagang natural food. Yun.
Galing.
Syempre, may mga, as much as possible, di ba? We try to go as natural as
Ayan,
possible.
gusto ko yan.
So sa sinong who invented all this recipes?
It's my sister, si Barney.
Galing.
So, siya rin kasi, I mean, we keep track of what people are doing. Kasi like, Barney she loves to, parang she wears, di ba, a lot of people nowadays use a watch to track yung steps,
Yes.
di ba?
yung Fitbit.
So, si Barney mahilig sa ganyan. Yan. Si Barney mahilig sa ganyan. Tinatrack niya talaga yung how many steps she does per day, 10,000 steps, ganyan. So, for those people, parang you might want to know, parang, ilan na yung na-burn ko. Ayun, ganun. So, yun yun.
Galing.
Yung bago
Grabe,
namin product.
kakaiba ka. Wala.
So you can, guys, just check it out. If you want more information about that, our website is thesexychef.ph. And of course, on Facebook, look for The Sexy Chef and
Sa prep
follow
natin,
us.
may napag-usapan kayong kanin na. Ano yun?
Yaka.
Yun, oo. So we use something called, in our low-carb plan, we use something called skinny rice. So we order that. It's actually from a company here in the Philippines, and we order it and we include it in our meals. So ano siya, lasa siyang kanin, pero sobrang konting-konti lang yung calories and carbs. I'm not sure kung anong klaseng witchcraft ang ginamit nila at paano sila nakagawa.
Wow.
Sobrang only a few calories and carbs ang in one serving. Kaya ang ginagawa ko, dinadala ko yung rice na yun to wherever I go. Believe it or not, nung nasa Bohol ako, kasi I was there for 10 days, and the time that I was shooting The Broken Marriage Vow, dala-dala ko yung food ko from The Sexy Chef. I had frozen meals from The Sexy Chef, dala ko yung rice, niluluto ko siya sa room.
Oh, wow.
Kaya yun, yun ang dahilan kung bakit my sister and I have been able to maintain kahit
Ganyan
paano
ka-sex.
our figures.
Pero sis, bakit? Oh my God.
Wait.
Talaga nung nakita ko yan, sabi ko,
speaking of figures.
boom! OMG!
Talbog
yan
lahat.
talaga ang... Hindi, tsaka grabe rin mag-workout si si Rich, no? Grabe, as in, believe talaga ako. Sis, grabe, ang figure talaga. Talagang, do you work out din, sis, di ba? Grabe.
Yeah. Dito sa Philippines, I have a trainer.
Okay.
His name is Alex Leanda. Go ahead and look for him on Facebook.
Alex Leanda.
Yeah, so he's a personal trainer. Lately, I've just been going to my mom's building. Doon lang ako nag-train sa gym doon. But in the States, I go to, kasi New York has the best gyms, di ba? Ayun, I take all kinds of classes, bar classes, practically everything. But I do a lot of weights. Yun yung
Akala ko, Rachel, dito sa New York, hindi ka na nag-gym kasi wino-workout ka ni Carlos.
Iba naman yun. Ibang
Diba?
workout yun. Mas grabe yung pawis na Diyos. Pero sis, wala kayong planong dalhin dito yung Sexy Chef dito sa US?
Well, my sister kasi, she lives here in the Philippines. So, yun, mainly yun talaga. I mean, it would be great, di ba?
Grabe, no?
We didn't know, of course, the first thing about starting a business in the US. It's a whole other ball game over there. But yeah, we would love it. Siguro if there was someone that was interested, we could probably work on it with them. Yeah.
Wow,
Kasi if it's
malay mo,
of course, we already have kasi di ba napansin nyo, mga diet food in the US, di ba, it comes in a box, di ba?
Yes,
Yung mga yung mga ganon, yung mga
Hello
HelloFresh,
Fresh,
Tito
ganyan,
Fridge, yung mga
oo.
ganyan. It comes in a box, di ba? I think it gets sent like once a week. Dito kasi, we deliver it fresh every day. So medyo may kakaibahan din in terms of the logistics of getting it out there.
True,
But
true,
yeah,
true,
maybe, hope God.
Oo, parang wala naman atang imposible kay Rachel eh. Parang everything that her heart desire, ayan.
Oh, pasensya
Parang
na mga
anything
friends and mga
that-
kaugat.
oo,
Ganyan po.
talaga.
Kasi po nasa
Oo.
Pilipinas si Rachel. So,
Ayan, balik na naman. Para lang tayo nagma-magic sis, no? Parang,
Yun nga nawawala
in,
talaga
pop
siya
out,
forever.
I know,
I'm
now
not
you
sure kung
see, now you
itong,
don't.
baka naman itong, I'm not sure kung bakit nakakat siya ng nakakat. Pero,
Kaya, oo. Hindi,
apologies.
Oo, yaan mo na. Okay lang yun. Basta, now you see me, now you don't. Babalik naman siya after few seconds. Grabe. Pero sis, ang galing, no? Like, tsaka, yung isa pala, okay lang ba pag-usapan yung isa na excited kaming lahat dun sa isang pinost mo. Message ko
Nakakalungkot
kaagad si
yun.
Rach. Sabi ko, sis.
Oh yeah.
I
Mhm,
know.
Yeah, it was supposed to be it's actually an indie film, no, that I was supposed to shoot in LA, and of course I won't na say what it was, but last year ko pa kasi yon tinatrabaho, so I got the part last year, and basically since then, of course, I flew for auditions, and I shot a trailer. I'm sure kung yung mga taong that follow me on Facebook probably saw that I shot a trailer in LA. In February. So, yun, hindi natuloy because of legal matters. Meaning, kasi I joined SAG. So,
Okay.
yun.
Yes.
Yun ang main thing that happened. Yeah, I joined
Sayang,
SAG kasi
no?
sometime last year.
Oo. Pero,
So, mahirap
sis,
nang maano.
oo.
Oo.
Baka tawag dito,
Yun nga, a lot of
problema
people,
pa
I would like to
eventually.
thank a lot of people of course, in my family and my friends, including you guys for sending me messages of support, because it's, alam nyo guys, it's not easy for someone my age. Lahat naman ng artista. Siguro ang pinaka parang inspirational na nakita ko so far is, of course, when Michelle Yeoh, di ba, won
Yes.
that Oscar na sinabi niya, don't let anyone tell you that you're past your prime,
Yes.
di ba? But that's easier said than done eh. Kasi you at a certain age, syempre, medyo lumiliit na rin yung mga roles, di ba, na in terms of yung mga opportunities na dumadating to play a lead role. Di ba, syempre, nandun ka na rin sa mga mother roles or yung mga ganang supporting
oo,
roles.
oo.
So medyo, syempre, malaking bagay din yung mabigyan ka ng isang lead role in a Hollywood film. So that's why, these are, I'm not going to say naman it's not gonna happen again or that, but
It will.
it's something na you keep looking, especially for a Filipina, di ba? I mean, kasi, hindi na, not to rant or anything, but, di ba, when you say Filipina, kasi nandun pa rin tayo sa may mga stereotype roles pa rin na ina-assign for Pinays, na parang you have to look a certain way, parang yung mga binibigay na mga roles are, I guess some roles that maybe hindi bagay for an actress of my physical type. Ano mo yun? So, yun yung medyo challenging talaga.
Pero sis, nako, ano lang yan, I'm a firm believer,
It's
everything
just a
happens
bump.
for a reason. Feeling ko, marami pang opportunity. Actually, yung napag-usapan
Siyempre
natin,
si Carlos
diba?
gusto na akong batukan kasi I've been married now to him for 12 years, no? Pero hanggang ngayon, wala akong kahit isang supot ng Spanish. Okay? Kahit isang supot. Mas magurunong pa siya mag-Tagalog. Nakakaintindi na siya ng Tagalog, slight, di ba? Pero ako, pag nagsalita na sila, mabilis, di ba? So I'm like, nosebleed, di ba? So, imagine kung I learned Spanish and I'm able to speak Spanish fluently. Syempre, mas maraming mga roles na.
Yes,
Mga
mas
roles,
malawak.
yeah.
Di ba? Pwede na akong
Opportunities.
mag-Latina roles.
Maglat sa mga sa Latino dito na channel.
Telemundo.
Telemundo.
Pwede.
Nasa
Kasi
Telemundo
most
Diba?
talaga ng mga parang Asian na mga nakikita ko on yung mga casting notices nakikita ko, must speak Mandarin, must speak, kasi mas maraming roles na ganun, di ba?
Totoo, totoo.
Okay, you have to speak Japanese, you have to speak Korean, you have to speak ganyan. Kasi sila yung mas maraming roles na ngayon na kasi very specific ang hinahanap ng mga
Totoo.
TV shows, mga sa Hollywood eh. Very rarely yung sabihin mo na, we're looking for someone Southeast Asian, Pinay. Alam mo yun, yung gano'n.
Ay, ganun
I
ba
think
yun?
we have to...
Kahit nga nurse eh. Ilan lang yung, sa mga TV shows, di ba, magtataka ka, asan yung mga Pinay nurses?
Nurses
Oo.
nga talaga. Oo nga pala. Oo nga.
Kakaloka. Hindi tayo well represented pa rin. I'm sorry to say.
Hayaan
hindi
mo,
pa rin.
tayo ang mag-open ng opportunity yan para sa sarili natin.
Oo nga.
It's happening.
We're on the brink. We're
It's
on the
slowly
brink.
happening. Yeah.
Talaga, ganun
Slowly
pala
happening.
kahirap. Ganun kahirap, no? I really thought like, pumasok na of course, si Jokoy. So, feeling ko parang, in a way, like he paved the way. But sabagay, recently lang yun, no?
Nag-uumpisa pa lang.
Pero nag-uumpisa pa lang, no? Yeah, for
Kasi
sure,
yung mga
mabibigyan niya ng
series,
opportunity.
may mga series ngayon na produced by Fil-Ams and starred by Fil-Ams.
Exactly,
They're in production right now. So, mabibigla na lang tayo na, ayun na, bubulaga na sa atin, napalabas na siya.
Yes,
Diba?
oo. Oh, hindi ka namin marinig, sis.
Oo nga, hello.
Ayan, okay na.
Ayan, we can hear you.
Tsaka mali mo, sis, naku, yung pinag-usapan natin, naku, basta, ano na yun, pinasa ko na. Natuwa nga, isa nyo, oh my God, sige. Pag-iisipan na namin ito ng cast.
You know what?
Sabi ko,
You know the reason why I
yes.
love hanging out with the two of you is because you're so positive. Yun. Kasi masaya ko yung kasama and I always feel so encouraged. And aside from the fact na talagang fun. I mean, on top of all the fun. That goes without
Yes,
saying
yes.
that the both of you are so fun to go out with. But, whenever I tell you things, I always feel like parang mas naano ako na to think on it will all work out.
It will work out. Sabi ko
You have that.
we're
Kaya
claiming it for
nga
you.
talaga this show, di ba, has gone so far. It's because I think that the audience know, because the audience really feels, you put them in a positive, you give out positive vibes to your audience. Kaya I think this has gone, di ba this started as a pandemic project, di ba?
Oo nga.
Yeah.
Niyo sa akin yun eh.
Di ba pandemic
Imagine.
lang,
Kalokohan
tapos
lang na
biglang,
nainuman lang.
ayun, biglaan. Tapos nung nagpupunta ako sa guys, by the way, as in, nag-concert, yung sa mga taong hindi pa napapanood si Rachel live, my God, yung concert ni Rachel, sabi ko, my God, ano to? Parang, as in, there's no dull moment. Para kang nanonood ng mga Britney Spears or Madonna. Talagang straight. No, sis, as in, yung energy mo, sabi ko nga, hindi pa napapagod to si Rachel, straight. Dire-diretso, pati yung dance moves. Sabi ko nga, ang galing kayo guys, nako, dapat manood kayo kasi talagang walang dull moment. Paano mo nga pala sis pala ginagawa yun? Like, how do you maintain that? Yung ganong energetic mo from the beginning, tapos 1.5, almost 2 hours pa ata yung show mo, mas antagal. Paano mo ginagawa yun?
I guess kasi, when you do something your whole life. My dad does the same thing. Imagine he's, 20 years older than me, pero my dad still does it. He still sings and dances in his shows. So if I have, if I can maintain myself in the next 20 years, maybe by that age, baka nagagawa ko pa rin. Who knows, di ba? Who
Yung
knows
mga
if I
dance
would be
moves,
that
no?
blessed na. Have you seen my dad? Mas marami pa akong white hair. Siyempre, nagpapakulay na tayo, di ba?
Yeah.
Siyempre, aminin naman natin yan, na hair
Totoo
dye
yan,
na hindi.
totoo. Ganun
Siyempre, may
talaga.
marami na akong mga white hairs dito. Pero my
Oo.
dad, my God, talagang mangilan-ngilan. Kasi ngayon pa lang siya nag-uumpisa. Imagine at his age, ngayon pa lang siya nag-uumpisa magkaroon ng konting mga white hairs. Ganun siya. Kasi talagang idol, di ba?
Very kilabot pa din siya ngayon.
Kilabot,
Ng kolehial.
correct.
Ay.
Oo, ngayon pa lang, as in. Kasi maybe yung youthful demeanor, di ba? He's he's
Oo
also
nga.
a very positive person. He's a very fun-loving person. Hindi yun hindi yan namomroblemang tao. Like he's that kind.
Oh,
So maybe yun
positive
yun.
lagi? As in, laging... Pero
Hindi niya iniinda yung problema masyado. He's not a worrier.
He doesn't sweat
He's
the
not-
small stuff. Parang gano'n.
Oh, he doesn't sweat, correct. Hindi. Nung, carry lang, yung gano'n. Okay, didn't work out, didn't get it, okay. Parang gano'n.
Mas warrior ka
Ano
pa ba
siya?
compared sa dad
Oo
mo?
naman, oo naman. I have all sides of the family in me. My lola is a bit of a worrier. So, I grew up with my lola. My lola raised me. So, of course, marami akong mga natutunan din from her. And then my dad naman, ang nakita ko sa kanya is that talagang sobrang easygoing. Especially in his
Wow.
career. My dad has never had a manager or a PR agent. Wala. As in,
Well, as in on
On
his
his
own?
own. Wow.
Pwede pala yun? Kasi feeling ko pag celebrity, kailangan ng... Akala ko sis, pwede pala yun. Kasi feeling ko pag celebrity, kailangan lagi ng manager, ng PR magre-represent.
Representation.
Wala ang daddy mo?
he's one of the rare ones that he's never needed it because things just came. He would get booked and he would talk to them directly, and he never really had to do anything to get the kind of fame that he still enjoys. It's just all God given. He always says that. Na parang he always says actually to me, na sabi niya, it's a miracle that para maisip ka ng isang producer or or a TV show or a talent coordinator na maisip ka na, guess kaya natin si Haji or si Haji kaya yung kunin natin for a concert. He just always had those. Yung lagi lang dumadating sa kanya. And he's still so busy, okay? So, and he's always driven himself. Like, wala siyang driver, wala siyang Ganun siya. He's
Walang
like very
driver?
self-contained. Wala siyang driver. He's like talagang siya. Like, he'll go to the airport, he'll drop off the car, and he'll he has an assistant, helping him with this stuff, of course. Dito sa Pilipinas, may talaga yun. Pero, of course, ako in the States now, di ba? Because I've been staying there. Ako naman, solo flight din ako most of the time.
Hindi ka ba sis
ever
na
since-
na-shock? Like, yung pagdating mo dito, syempre walang kasambahay, wala lang. Parang, oh my God, ako
You do
lahat,
everything
ako
on your
magluluto,
own, di ba?
Ako maglo-laundry, hindi ka
Oo.
paano ka nag-adjust?
Yun, alam mo, it's when I fly to another city to do a concert, syempre bit-bit ko lahat ng gamit ko, right?
Yes,
and then
yes, yes.
I ask somebody there, usually yung producer, parang I'll ask them. Kasi madalas I'm on my own eh. So, syempre I'll ask the producer, can you make sure na lang someone's watching my things? Or yung mga ganun siya. And then in naman, pag nagkaroon naman ng photo shoot, like si Carlos there was one day that my husband took the day off para buhatin yung maleta ko tsaka yung mga nakahanger ko ng mga damit. Dahil may photo shoot ako sa Brooklyn. So, yun yung, kasi syempre, hindi ko naman kayang bit-bitin lahat yun.
Ang dami nun.
At so, ang mahal
ang
mag-Uber, malayo.
Malayo, totoo yan, oo.
Malayo. Syempre, tipid-tipid tayo as a
Syempre,
someone,
no,
as a
nasa
struggling artist in
Dito,
New York.
pero
It's hard.
sa Pilipinas, of course you have the works, right? Like you have someone to help you with this. You
May
have
mga
the
kasambahay
driver.
din. mga
Of
ganyan.
course, meron kang dito. I mean, in the Philippines, now that I don't live here, my manager and we share a driver. So pag may lakad ako, syempre pag may mga shows ako, yun yung nagda-drive sa akin. I don't drive kasi, kaya perfect ako for New York.
Oo nga.
Oo, kasi actually yun is mga reasons kung bakit kami nasa New York. Because I don't drive. Hindi talaga, anong tawag doon, nervyosa. Pagdating sa driving, stress talaga ako. So I never learned how to drive. That's actually why. Na medyo mahirapan siguro, even if I wanted to move to LA or pursue a career in LA,
Drive
hindi
doon.
talaga kaya because you have to drive everywhere in LA. My God, kaya to buy, just to go to any store, malayo, di ba? I
Oo,
mean, it's
totoo.
it's
New York
that
is
sort
just
of thing. Everything
perfect
in New York
sa'yo,
is so, so many minutes you're already on the other side of town. You can take the train, you can
the train, no? Like parang,
napakadali ng buhay natin compared sa ibang parte ng mundo
totoo
because
yan.
of that.
Sis, may plan ka, sis, when it comes to, I mean, syempre it's too early to talk about this, no? Yung retirement, mas gusto mo ba sa Pilipinas or baka gusto nyo sa New York na lang?
We'll see, pero syempre, I mean, at some point, syempre, Carlos gusto niya na mapagbigyan na tumira kami at some point in Spain kasi syempre nami-miss na rin niya yung family niya. Pero
sure.
he's okay naman daw with retiring as in pag yung matanda na talaga. Retiring in the Philippines kasi he likes it here naman eh. He loves it here. He loves our people. Kasi mas nakakasundo niya as you've seen, di ba?
Oo naman,
Oo,
yes.
mas
parang
nasundo
Pinoy
niya
siya
kayo. Para siyang Pinoy. He loves you guys. So,
Grabe, no? Tsaka mas ang dami niyo pang mga kilalang mga husu sa Philippines. As in, pag nagkukwento nga, di ba nagkukwentuhan, napapagano kami, oh my God, oh yeah, I hang out with this. And tapos wala yung mga kwento niya. Parang, oh my God,
Ay,
oh lala.
Parang cover ng pocketbook.
Tingnan mo naman, parang
Medyo itim pa,
Covered
medyo itim pa yung buhok niya dyan dahil matagal na. Ngayon, puting-puti na.
Ang gwapo ni Carlos at ang ganda ni Rachel, no?
Oo
Grabe.
nga.
Sis, teka nga, sige nga, balis nga. Paano nga ulit kayo nag-meet ni Carlos? Kwento nga mabilis.
It was it was a setup. My sister set us up.
Yes.
Hindi
Mga
naman
tao
blind.
Hindi may
As in,
alam. Oo.
Oh, actually blind kasi hindi ko naman alam kung ano itsura niya. Hindi rin naman
Yes.
niya alam kung ano itsura. Kasi he's Spanish, so he doesn't know showbiz in the Philippines, diba? So hindi naman as if, he heard that I think, from my sister, I think he heard that I was a singer, pero he didn't know who I was. So when we met each other, talagang parang blind date nga. It wasn't a date per se. We met in a bar.
Yes.
With other people and stuff. So, yun, that's how it started lang talaga.
Tapos bigla na lang siyang na...
So when you first saw him, anong naramdaman
Kinikilig ako.
mo?
Kinikilig yung mga tao, ang daming
Oo.
Ito yun.
heart.
So, kasama ko yung mga high school friends ko. Tapos we
Yes.
have one of our gay friends actually was the one sitting na parang
Ay, nawala.
Ano ba
Kinikilig
yan?
na yung mga...
Bitin yung kwento. Ayan
Oo
guys
nga
ha,
eh.
kinukwento
Actually,
niya.
alam na namin, pero gusto ko
Oo, lalo
ikwento
para sa
niyo ulit
mga
para sa inyo.
TFC and Jeepney TV and
Yes,
Kumu
oo.
subscribers.
Sabi
So
ko
it was-
alam na namin, pero para lang sa inyo, mga taga TFC and Jeepney TV and iWantTFC and FYE Channel, kailangan makwento ni ni Rachel. Okay, go Rach. Oo,
Ayan,
tsaka
so
high
it
school
was
mo,
actually my friends na, yung mga high school friends ko, they had more of a direct eye line to the door.
Yes.
So nung pumasok siya, ang unang-una nakita sa kanya, yung isang high school classmate ko who's gay, di ba? So nakita niya, sabi niya, who is that? Sabi niya gano'n. So ako, alam ko na, nung nakita ko yung itsura, kasi dinescribe ng sister ko eh.
Oo.
So may feeling na ako, ayan na yun, di ba?
Oo, yun na yun. Ang gwapo,
Oo.
gano'n.
Hindi mo naman sinabi, oh my God, he's mine.
Siyempre, ang
Yes.
tangkad, ang gwapo.
Oo.
Oo.
And I'm
Hindi
sure-
ka na pa gano'n.
Sasabihin
He's
ko dito
mine.
na, I'm sure he made your PQ, pero hindi natin sasabihin ano ibig sabihin ng PQ dito. Guys, paki-research na lang ano ibig sabihin ng
Ang
PQ.
sinabi Yeah, Jekas. Oh my, tapos, yun na, the rest was history. Imagine, 10 years na sis, no?
12 years married.
12.
So, yeah. 14 years ago yun, yung nangyari na yun. Pero kasi we split up pa for a little bit when he moved to Bangkok. And then eventually we got back together and then we lived in Bangkok for a while. Then we moved to New York, yung first move namin to New York after we got married. Kasi super bilis lang yun eh. Parang we got back together and then immediately we got engaged. Parang ganun. I think ganun talaga ang LDR, no? Kasi parang
Oo, yes.
when you don't live in the same country, parang you have to make fast decisions kung magsasama ba tayo? Hindi. Kasi kadalasan, if it's LDR and then hindi kayo magkatuluyan, it usually fizzles out, di ba? So,
Exactly.
yun yung nangyari sa amin. Parang really quickly after we got back together, within a few months, we were engaged. And then a few months later, we got married. Yun.
Grabe, no?
Bilis
As in,
lang. And ito pa yun. So, di ba kinuwento ko sa inyo yun? Ako yung first girlfriend niya.
Yes. I was about
Yun
to
yung
say that.
nakakaloka. Kasi hindi talaga siya nag-girlfriend. Hindi dates, pero never siya talaga nagka-girlfriend. So wala siya ng mga experiences of heartbreak. Wala siya yung mga experiences na kung ano yung mga pinagdadaanan ng normal na mga tao with relationships. So wala siyang ganung mga experiences. Kaya talagang, alam mo yun, it was really challenging in the beginning because he didn't have wala siyang pasensya, wala siyang, alam mo
Oo,
yun,
yeah,
yung
exactly.
ganun.
Yes.
Siyempre ako, ang dami ko nang naging relationships in the past and alam ko na carry na to. O, pag ito nangyari, carry na to. Kasi,
Oo.
kumbaga, di ba, life teaches you how to be strong and also how to be resilient, di ba? Kasi
Yes,
lalo
true.
na kung you dated someone na ganito yung mga nangyari sa inyo, may mga hard things ka na tinanggap, may mga things na pinatawad ka, di ba?
Exactly.
Siya
Yes.
wala siyang ganun. So, it was really like, kung first girlfriend ka, he had to make all of the mistakes in the beginning, of course. So, syempre ako naman, bilang, alam mo yun, kasi yun eh, kasi I'm also older than him. I'm almost 7 years older. So, nandun yung, syempre yung maturity din on my part, di ba?
Really?
So,
Akala ko mas
I'm
older
almost 7 years.
si Carlos sa'yo.
No,
Iba
no.
talaga ang nagagawa ng Asian
Ibang
at ni Rachel.
Pinay. Ibang Pinay beauty.
Ang ganda.
Oh my God! Hindi talaga, akala talaga na, kasi po nakakasama namin madalas sila.
Kayo kaya,
Akala-
di ba? I mean, di ba?
Oo, iba talaga tayo mga Filipinos
How do people
eh.
know how old you are?
Oo, pero wait, nakakagulat.
Ganyan,
Oh my God,
hindi tayo
nawala si Rachel.
tumatanda. Mga vampira tayo.
Oh my
Diba?
God. Pero alam mo, ang nakakatuwa, kasi, pero sis, ang nakakaano, talagang nasa iyo ang corona. When Rachel po mentioned it to us, na, actually, it was you and, di ba, si Carlos kung nakwento na, Rachel. So I asked Carlos actually, sabi ko, I don't understand why. He was like, because I just don't feel like, like I don't see the significance of having a girlfriend until I met Rachel. Sagsigawan kami.
At saka
Ikaw
nung
na
time
ang
yun, ang kapal ng
pinakamaganda.
face,
Oh my
talagang
God.
sinabi niya sa akin from day one na I'm moving to Bangkok in a few months, so hanggang dun lang tayo. Sinabi niya yun sa akin. Parang we're gonna date, but hanggang ganitong date lang. Kasi on this month, I'm leaving for Bangkok, and I'm not open to doing a long distance relationship. Syempre ako bilang ang dami ko nang napagdaanan, syempre
Yes.
in full confidence na sige, tignan natin. May ganon.
Parang, okay.
Subukan mo.
Yes.
May ganon.
Grabe. Pero,
Yeah.
pero sis, I'm sure number one fan ka niya pagdating sa acting skills mo.
Of course, he's watching right now. He's probably squirming.
I know.
He's
Oh,
probably
yeah.
like, why is he
I think he
revealing all of
messaged, he
these
said
things?
he's watching earlier. He did say.
I know.
Yeah.
Baka natulog na yun kasi ano bang araw niya? Hindi, wala siyang work
Hindi,
tomorrow.
walang pasok tomorrow
so baka he's still squirming in his seat right
Yeah.
now.
Pero sis, ano ko ngayon, curious ako. So how do you keep like the fire burning? Like especially like of course like back and forth and sa Philippines to the US to New York. So okay, how do you balance everything?
It's hard kasi nga I'm always packing. I'm always on my way out the door. That's what it always feels like to me. Like I'm in New York for a little bit and then to work, until such time nga, syempre Jessie, yung wish mo para sa akin na someday to be on the Broadway stage or something like that. Until that time comes, I've actually never experienced doing any work in New York other than, the occasional concert or ganyan. So I work everywhere but where I live. Kumbaga parang hard yon
Yes,
kasi
yes.
parang you're always in a hotel, you're always, laging nag-iisip ka planning in advance kung ano yung dadaling mong mga damit, ano yung mga kailangan mo. And of course, in New York, di ba, as you very well know, napakamahal ng mga apartments where we live.
Ay, naku.
Very, very, it's the most expensive city in the world. So of course,
Yes.
limited lang yung space. So lahat ng gamit ko nandito sa Philippines, nandito sa
Yes.
place ko sa Philippines. So of course, nandun lahat yon, yung lahat ng difficulty na yon, di ba? But, Carlos, loves what he's doing, his work there. So for
Yes.
now, this is where we're at. And you just have to do a lot of planning, a lot of time apart. And that's something that, you have to deal with if you're pursuing a career,
A career,
that
true.
takes you all around the world, takes you mostly to the Philippines. Of course, I still do a lot of my work. I'm shooting this film, diba, Song of the Fireflies. So most likely by the end of the year, I'll be back here again, promoting the film, doing all this
More,
for the film. It's more, I was going to tell everyone watching, for the Morissette fans out there, this is Morissette's first film. It's her introducing Miss Morissette Amon as our lead character, Alma Taldo. It's a true to life story about the Lobok Children's Choir, the world-renowned Lobok Children's Choir. It's of course may mga fictional characters and some situations in the film are fiction, but the main
Cool poster.
arc of the main arc of the story is how this choir became a world-renowned choir, meaning performing all around the world for the Pope, etc. It's a beautiful story about resilience, about determination, about these simple kids from an obscure little town became, reach these heights of being able to perform all around the world. In fact, they have another tour this coming summer in Europe.
Oh, yeah?
So meron
Ang
sila, para sila, di ba, yung Vienna Boys Choir, di ba? Para silang ganon.
yes.
Sobra silang galing. Kikilabutan kayo. And of course, I don't know, recently I think some of yung mga very the people that have, the Apo hiking, I think several people that have been established as OPM icons just named Morissette as the person that they think will be taking over the music scene as siya yung the next queen, because for me, she is really one of the best that we have.
How is it
She
working
has
with
it all.
her,
I
sis?
mean, you'll be surprised at how good she is as an actress also.
Oh, yeah?
Oo, magaling din palang artista ang lola mo na
Ang
talagang
galing.
Kasi
ilalabas
sa,
niya
sa,
yung
sa boses,
talent
monster
niya.
na talaga siya eh. So,
Monster
sa acting
talaga.
din.
Halimaw.
How is it
Wow.
working with
Siya.
her? Okay, cool, masaya kasama.
Sobrang fun. She's a I guess kind of a newlywed, diba? So
Yes.
she got married during the pandemic with Dave Lamar, diba?
Yes.
So they go everywhere together. He was there in Bohol, just working on his laptop in the room, just waiting for her. They're such a solid, and they write songs together. They
Yes,
record
yes, yes.
songs together.
Yeah.
They're a team. So it's so beautiful to see. Ang saya-saya ng lola mo. Alam mo yun,
Teka lang.
she has it
Oy,
all.
na-interview namin
She
si
has it
Morissette.
all.
We had
Does she
an
remember
interview with her.
us?
Oh my God.
Yeah, I'm sure she does. Yeah,
Oo,
I'm
ang
sure she
kulit
does.
niya, makulit. As in, talagang,
bubbly.
hanggang, parang 1.5
Bubbly, but
hours
she's a
ata.
very happy person, I would say.
Wow.
A very
Anong role mo?
happy, positive person. Yeah.
Anong role mo, sis, sa The Song of the Butterflies?
Fireflies, yeah.
Okay.
Alitap-tap in Tagalog.
Alitap-tap. Sabi ko nga, gamo-gamo. Parang mali ata.
Gamo-gamo.
Alitap-tap pala.
Alitap-tap.
Yes.
Yeah.
Anong role
I
mo, sis?
play the benefactor of the siya yung governor's wife in the year 1980. So siya yung parang first lady ng Bohol. So yun din siya. Very very first lady, very ganun yung mga roles ko, di ba?
Akala ko, kasi ibalik mo yung mga
Hindi ko
picture
alam
direct.
ba't ako napepeg sa mga ganun.
Alam mo,
Akala ko yung role mo parang si Miss Minchin.
Miss Minjin talaga, hindi. She, pero perfectionist siya. So, pag may narinig siyang,
Ayan, oh.
like, pag siya, she's more of the perfectionist. At saka she's the go-getter na parang, siya yung nag-push talaga for the choir to win competitions. Kasi yung character ni Morissette, parang she's more like, I just want the kids to enjoy. I just want the kids to experience being performing on stage, ganyan. So, wala siyang audition process. Parang, kung sino lang gustong sumali, ganon. Kung sino gustong sumali sa LLC, tinetrain niya. Tapos parang, kung yung mga bata, sila na mismo yung parang nagtatanggal sa sarili nila pag yung pumipiyok na sila, kapag hindi nila kaya nang kantahin yung mga songs or they don't feel like they're blending with the rest, sila mismo yung tatanggal. They don't get
oh my God, ang galing, no? I mean, sorry na, naputol na naman. Grabe, nagpa-audition kaya sila nung mga singers? I mean, grabe, no? Ang galing.
Oo nga.
Ayun, so going back. So it's my character that parang she wants to really showcase what the kids have to offer. Kasi kumbaga, may dalawang forces na nagpupush dun sa mga bata. And you need both. Kasi somebody who will take care of training the kids and basically encouraging them. And there's the parang success-driven character. And that's me. Parang gano'n, na pinupush sila to do more, be more. Parang gano'n.
Pero
And of course, siya yung
to,
nag-fund din. Siya din yung naghanap ng funding.
hindi ito musical
really?
or movie lang na may music?
Movie with music, pero lots of music. So I would even go as far as to say that it is a musical film, a magical musical film. Because it's parang ipapakita yung magic ng music. Kasi di ba sabi nga ni Ellen DeGeneres, I don't know if you recall this, but she said something at one point about how what's in the water now. There's something in the water, di ba? In the Philippines. Like,
Lobok?
bakit
In the
ganun
Philippines?
yung mga of the Philippines? Kasi ba't ganyan yung mga lumalabas ng mga singers, di ba? How many you'll be surprised at the number of employed actors on Broadway that are Filipino, in the UK, all over the world, touring in musicals. Kasi meron tayong natural musical ability. Not saying everyone, of course, but there is an insane, hindi yun, di ba? There's an insane amount, an unnatural amount of people that are musically inclined coming from the Philippines. So,
Nabasa
you
ko
know,
yan
and
eh.
Cebu, and
Hindi,
Cebu
nabasa
and
ko yan.
Bohol for that matter.
Cebu and
Scientifically,
Bohol?
parang ano daw, sa tayong mga Pinoy daw, there's something with the shape of our faces, our mouths daw.
Oh, really?
That's why, oo, pati daw sa
Parang
culture na,
natawa na ako.
everybody say,
Parang
or, di ba? Eh si
Parang
Jessie,
iba yung naisip ko siya.
grabe,
Ibang
di ba?
mouth yung
Barkada ka talaga
oo nga
namin,
eh.
Rachel.
Oo, barkada ka talaga.
You are people.
Parang tayo iniisip tatlo,
Oo.
okay?
Aside from na magaling tayo doon, pero kaya magaling din tayo yung sa pagkantay kasi yung bibig nga natin is yung hulma at saka sa culture natin at saka yung language natin is good daw for singing songs. Yun,
Right,
nabasa ko yan
right.
ha.
The
Maybe. And you know, kasi diba, the vocal cords kasi, diba, yung pipe, as they call, your pipes, diba? That's what they call, diba? Yan yung expression. I guess parang maybe scientifically nga, genetically, diba?
True.
Baka
True,
meron
true.
talagang parang genetically, maybe Filipinos have powerful vocal cords. I don't know eh. Maybe that's something that you inherit, like through the generations na, I'm not entirely sure. Pero I'm sure that maybe if not genetic, maybe it's the talent that's genetic. Kasi namamana din daw ang talent eh. Hindi lang necessarily physical attributes, you know. It's not necessarily the vocal cords, but the musical ability, the musical talent. It's a type of genius in a way, di ba? So,
God,
you know,
buti pa kayo.
obviously, in my case, namana ko yung sa dad ko.
Sa dad
Pero
mo,
namana,
yes.
sa dad, namana ko. But not only that, the talent, but also the vocal cords because kung mapapakinggan nyo yung boses ko and his voice, pag tinaas nyo yung, dati my brother used to do this thing with the karaoke na, pag tinaas mo yung key, nagiging tunog Rachel, pag binaba mo yung key, nagiging Haji voice. Di ba dati parang
wow.
pwede mong palakihin? Yeah.
Wow.
Oh my God.
So, may ganun. That's why we sound so alike in a way, you know. It's just that I have a female voice, but he has a male voice. But it's a very similar timbre. Diba? As they say. Parang yung tonal quality is very similar.
Yeah, but sis, wala kayong plan na magkaroon ng concert dito sa US? You and your dad?
Ay, ang dami-daming may gusto. I hope matuloy na finally. Ang dami-daming nag-inquire.
My God,
So,
it would be an
when
honor, sis.
putting it out
meet
there
dad mo.
to the universe, sana
Yes,
matuloy.
manifesting.
Someone organizes a tour for us kasi I have so many inquiries, sobra. Na yung, sinasabi ko lang sa kanila, nyari sa Canada, they want 2 cities. And I always tell them na, teka, pag nakabuo na ako ng madami, then I'll be able to, you know, I'll connect you to whoever is organizing the whole tour. So yan, we're hopefully doing that soon.
For sure, no? Ang sarap, ang saya siguro dito, sis, for, alam mo yung pang holiday? Kasi pang ano kayo eh, alam mo yun yung ng dad mo, mga bandang holiday na papuntang OPM Classics na ng mga bandang Christmas hanggang February, papuntang Valentine's Day. Diba? Ganun yung ano nyo eh, peg yung dalawa ng dad mo eh, no? Sana,
We've done a lot of Christmas concerts. Holiday. We had one in December here. Pero yun nga, since then, we've been talking to a few promoters. Wala pa lang talagang napupush through. But hopefully,
It will happen very
it will
soon.
happen. Ang dami lang din kasi sunod-sunod na, di ba? It's
Concerts,
the concert,
sobra.
sabi nga nila, revenge, di ba? Revenge
after
concert
pandemic.
watching.
Bawi-bawi.
Oo, bawi-bawi. So left and right, di ba? Plus, ito pa yung maganda because like cities na usually wala namang concerts, ngayon nagkakaroon na because they're Filipinos that are moving to those areas, di ba? So I'm glad na sometimes I'm the first performer to be doing a concert in those areas. So sometimes these places are small concerts.
Yeah.
Pero kasi iilan lang naman pa yung tao ng mga Filipinos in that
no?
But I love it kasi it becomes an intimate affair, you know.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
Tsaka pag nagko-concert si Rachel, natutuwa ako sis kasi talagang you really go to the audience and
Bumababa
you let
siya,
them
oo.
talagang bumababa and you let everyone dance. You call everyone to go up to the stage and I was like,
Muntik
wow.
nang bumagsak yung stage.
Yung stage.
It's so
Sabi ko, mahihain ako sa ganito. Tinawag ako ni Rachel, sabi ko, bruha ka, sige na nga. So, muntik na lahat na ng tao. As in,
Nandun na sa
kumanta
stage.
akyatan na sa stage. Sabi ko, ang saya ng concert nito. Naku,
It was fun.
Bax, pag once again, nagkaroon ulit ng concert dito sa
Oh
Rich.
yeah, next
Naku,
time.
baka si Jcas ang unang
Oo, kasi
aakyat.
na-miss ko yun eh. Hindi na
In
talaga.
the meantime, karaoke. And of course, alam nyo na kung
Ayan.
sinong mahilig mag-karaoke, si Carlos.
Ay, si Carlos.
We went to karaoke, di ba? Nakita mo naman kung
siya
gano'n
talaga
ka
yung
prepared.
Siya talaga ang may pinakagusto. At
Ako,
saka-
hindi talaga pang karaoke kasi lasing na ako.
Lalasing na ako. Talagang siya yung, talagang hawak-hawak pa niya. Parang anong oras ba ako magkakanta?
feel niya and he was really engaging with the public.
Lahat ng tao sumisigaw na, grabe. Ang saya talaga kasama nitong dalawang to. So, namimiss ka na namin. So, sana, no? Ulit, when are you coming back, sis?
Ayun, so I'll be back by May 10. Pero on May
Okay.
12, we're driving na to Baltimore kasi I have a rehearsal there for the May
Okay.
13 concert. So basically, kakabalik ko pa lang ito na work na agad.
Work na agad.
Yeah, oo.
Paano
And then
ang jet lag? Kumusta ang jet lag?
Walang
Wala
jet
nang
lag.
ganun. Wala nang ganun.
Matutulog na lang sa car. Sa car na lang.
Oo. Nako, kawawa. I'm sure sabihin ni Carlos, tinulugan ako nitong bruhang to.
Tapos, pupunta na kayo ng Spain, right? Magsa-Spain
Yeah,
kayo
then we go to Spain for 2 weeks kasi may wedding naman yung family niya and they requested me to learn a Spanish song. Good luck sa akin! I'm
Hala!
singing a Spanish song and a Michael Bublé song na parang disco. So 2 songs. I'll be singing 2 songs for his aunt and his uncle who are getting married. So it's gonna
my
be really
God.
sweet. Yeah.
Ang
And then I'll be
dami.
back and I have more shows na naman, of course. In June, sunod-sunod na yung paulit yung mga concerts.
no? Mga
yeah.
concerts mo. And malay mo, yung isang niluluto namin, no? Biglang, actually, pinupush ka namin doon eh. Nako, sis, as in, pag kinukulit ko yun eh.
By
Pag
the
na-cast
way,
ka
I was...
doon, nako.
Ay, yes, that would be so wonderful. That I was gonna say, di ba matagal na nating pinuplanning food crawl? Ano?
O yun na nga.
Show
Yun pa-
natin.
Naku, Lord, pagbalik ni
Parang hindi
Rachel
na natin
dito.
alam. Kaya naman natin to gagawin.
Actually, gusto na namin. Kaso, of course, we know that you're so
Oo
busy.
nga eh. Pero
Pagdating mo.
pag ano natin, pagdating mo dito at lumabas tayo, let's do it ha.
Yeah!
Oo, let's do it. Diba?
Tara.
Even as an episode
Hindi.
of
Yeah,
Over
I-
the
Actually,
Afternoon.
minention na namin.
Parang food.
I have a
Diretso
name
na
for it
namin.
and I'll just tell you offline din kung ano. Kasi parang sabi ko,
Okay.
kasi since
Sige,
nasa
may
labas din
idea
naman
ka?
tayo and then we enjoy it and you know,
Oo nga.
Bakit? Diba?
why not just film it vertically as well and just try
Why
it?
not?
Yeah.
Minention na namin actually, sis. Tapos sinabi nila, oh my God, Rachel? Oh, nawala si Rachel.
Hi, I'm Rachel.
Oh, sige. Feeling gerang Rachel. Sabi ba naman niya, hi, I'm Rachel, nung nawala ka.
Lumaki.
Biglang, boom, lumaki. Pero sis, minention na namin and they're like, oh my God, they're so excited. They're like, just let us know, go. So, yun na lang.
Malay
Talagang
mo,
yung
diba?
time talaga
So
ng
guys,
ni Rach.
just to give them a teaser, ang plano namin nitong dalawa is that we're thinking parang that we would go around parang trying the food around New York. Di ba yun yung
New
idea
York.
natin?
Yes.
Ayun. Since mahilig tayong kumain,
Food
mahilig
and
tayong
cocktail.
uminom,
Don't forget about the cocktails.
the cocktails.
Uh-oh.
So the best cocktails, the best food around New York. Since yun na
Around
yung
New York.
natural naming ginagawa.
Oo.
So
Yeah.
parang we were thinking we would share that with you.
Diba? Ang saya
Diba?
niyo, sis.
Cute yun. Masaya
Oh
yun.
my God, that would be so much fun. Tapos, ito pa pala sis, one of these days din, gawa tayo ng, I don't know, like, ewan ko, naisip ako, kasi ang galing mo umarte eh. Parang something like, I don't know, tsaka na natin pag-usapan yun. Meron lang ako, I have something in my mind
Okay,
na
sige
pwede
lang,
natin
go.
gawin. Kasi ang
Why
galing-galing mo kasing umarte. Kaya, actually, totoo lang sis, pinanood ko ulit yung yung Broken Marriage. Yung, paano lang yung mga episodes na favorite ko doon. Kaya sabi ko, paano mo ginagawa yun? Nagsishift ka talaga ng, I mean, mga villain kang mga acting skills and all. Pero in reality talaga, you're a sweet
Mahihain po si
person.
Rachel.
Oh, di ba? Jcas, mayayain ako.
Oh,
Yung totoo.
yeah,
Sabi ko,
Hindi, pero meron talaga siyang mahihain na Sabi nga na, parang
Kaya nga
pagdating-
hindi ako kami, that's why nga, di ba? I mean, when you guys invited me, di ba, nung time na yun. Kasi nung
Yes.
first time pa lang na ako nag-guest, di ba, nagyaya na kayo agad eh. Sabi
Yes,
nyo,
yes.
uy, ano naman tayo, let's have some drinks
Yes,
naman.
Yes,
Di ba?
oo. Ay, nawala. Oo, no. Noon, mahihain nga si Rachel.
oo, and then
no?
and then we guested her again.
Yes.
Nag-invite
Oo.
kayo, di ba, tapos
Yes.
it took parang,
1 year
maybe a
again, 1 year. Yeah,
Oo,
1
oo,
year.
1 year. Bago natuloy na nagkita talaga tayo in
Nagkita
person.
tayo.
Yung when we
Yes,
committed to
oo.
really see each other, ayun na.
Oo.
'Di ba?
Tapos
Yeah.
yun namin nakita na, ay,
Yun na.
si Rach pala, tahimik lang nung una. Tapos eventually, hala ka, wala na. After nun, nga, wala na. Kami ngayon,
Yeah.
parang,
Ang dami nyo nang alam na mga ano-ano.
Oo nga, 'di ba?
Ano.
Masarap po
Grabe,
sila
na-miss ka namin talaga, sis.
Lalo na pag
Actually,
nakaisa, 2 drinks, alam nyo na.
patay na, patay. Actually, nung last, kasi, when was the last time na umalis tayo, no? Na kailan ba yon? Tapos sabi nga namin, sana si Rachel tsaka si Carlos nandito, no? Ano yun weekday kasi yun.
Weekday,
So sabi
oo.
namin si Carlos, ay naku, baka baka
Mahirapan
hindi
yun. Kasi sobrang, yung long hours talaga yung work niya. And he starts at he wakes up mga 5:30, ganyan. So, mahirap talaga. Kasi he's the one that sends out yung newsletter nila eh. And that needs to be out by 6:30. So, parang he's working on it na prior to sending it out. So, ganun, mga 5:30, gumigising na siya, and then usually, busy na siya hanggang gabi na. Hanggang, minsan after dinner, nagtatrabaho pa rin. Ganun siya eh.
Grabe,
So,
no?
when of course we
Workaholic.
take some time off naman every once in a while, we get to go to, we like going to the North Fork, yung mga ganun, to
Yes,
go to
oo.
wineries, yan ang mga hilig namin. Yung mga simple, lang.
Oo nga pala.
Sis, gagawin
Rach,
natin yan.
Ito yung pagbalik niyo ulit and then you have the time together, yung quality time niyo. What is Carlos' love language to you?
What?
What is his love language?
Yung pinaka-love language niya.
Alam mo, ito yun. Para ako siyang, kahit na ano pwede kong sabihin sa kanya. It's like having your husband as a best friend because alam niya lahat yung intricacies ng lahat ng ginagawa ko. Pwede ko din sabihin sa kanya yung lahat ng mga iniisip ko, yung mga things I'm worried about.
Yes.
And of course, during the worst times, I think what made our marriage really stronger is that talagang he was a rock for me during that time na nung wala akong work, di ba? Tapos talagang na-challenge yung self-esteem ko as a person because when you don't have work as a singer or as an actress, parang you doubt your purpose in life, and then lalo na since I don't have kids, di ba? We didn't have kids, so I felt pretty useless during the pandemic. So that time, and because we were together for an extraordinary amount of time, yung hindi yung usual time na diba? That's what really I think made us strong. So his love language is he's there for me to listen to my crap.
Okay, there you go.
No
Uy,
judgment.
malibang.
Yung lahat ng
Confidant,
mga
diba?
yung lahat ng mga naiisip mo na kung ano yung mga insecurities mo, yung mga pag meron ako mga complaint, yung mga ay, ba't kasi ito, sana nangyari. He listens. He super listens. And he knows the smallest details of everything that I do. So it's great. I love that.
Actually, sweet, yan, pag magkasama mo yung dalawang yan, as in, minsan pag nag-hug, tapos biglang hahalikan ni Carlos sa forehead, tapos biglang, naalala mo yung isa one time nung nagkaraoke tayo, talagang kiss ka niya sa forehead, no? Kinikilig kami lahat.
Oo.
Oh my God, sweet. Oh my God, sis, nakakamiss. Ay, nawala na naman.
Nagsasaluan sila kasi pareho na silang lasing. Chos!
Oo, actually, lahat tayo lasing.
Actually, lahat
nun
tayo Diba?
Grabe nun, sis, no? Alam mo, kung makikita lang nila tayo na, my God, hanggang anong oras yon? Hanggang 2, 3 a.m.?
Yeah.
Ang saya, grabe. Sis, dyan ba kumigimik ka pa rin?
Lately, hindi masyado. So, sobrang busy kasi.
Oo.
Pero on Monday, magkikita-kita kami nila Jeffrey. Medyo, holiday kasi yon, so nagkataon na wala kami. I might have a recording lang, and then in the evening, we're gonna meet up. Well, I take time naman, diba? You saw nga, we went to Balisin.
Of course.
We
Wow.
took some time
Yes.
off.
Nakakaingit kayong tatlo nun And your friends, grabe.
Beach talaga ang favorite naming tatlo. So I take time, some of my best friends here that I've grown up with, I take the time to see them.
That,
Ayan.
grabe.
Friends forever.
Oh my God, best friends forever, no?
We take time,
Pareho pa
know.
mga hot.
Oo nga.
Grabe nga kasi ang dami.
Nakakainis
Meron
kayo.
Meron ba namang kasi dalawa parang hindi pa daw aminin na sila na talaga, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, bakit naman nila hindi aaminin kung totoo? We're really just
Si
besties.
Geneva at saka si At saka si
People
Jeffrey.
always say that, parang people comment na parang,
Oo nga, yes, oo.
echosero daw, echosero, friends with benefits daw. I'm like, no, I mean, I'm friends with the two of them. Eh, de throuple pala kami.
Trapos. Teka, o nga pala.
Trapos pala.
Ayan. Ay, teka muna. Carlos. Huwag ka muna makinig, Carlos.
Hindi kasi, di ba, ganun na lang mag-isip ang mga tao. Parang just because it's a guy and a girl as best friends, hindi na pwedeng maging magkaibigan. We're really just besties, you know.
May nakalagay dito, umamin na si
Both
sa
Geneva
IG
and Jeff
ni
date
Jeffrey.
other people. So it's like, you know, syempre hindi na natin sasabihin who they are kasi mga private individuals naman sila. So they both have their...
Tsaka,
Yeah, pwede naman talaga yun
sabi
ngayon
ng tao na parang hindi pwedeng maging platonic ang friendship ng good
Guys
looking.
and girls can be best
we're
friends.
we're super close friends, but they each have their own people that they
dating,
sometimes
no?
date, that they syempre they're attractive people. So of course they're
Exactly.
But kasi we've been friends since we were kids. I mean, lalo na
Kaya,
silang dalawa, para silang magkapatid. Kaya nga bro and sis. Yun ang tawagan nila, bro and sis talaga.
Smoky Mountain
Kami,
days
ganun
pa yun
din.
Yeah,
Oo,
tsaka
Smoky Mountain, hello, 12 years old kaya.
Hindi ka tsaka iniisip kasi ng mga tao na parang good-looking people cannot have a platonic relationship. Lagi daw at some point.
Kailangan merong something.
Oo, may something. Hindi naman siguro madalas, I don't know. Like, pero sila kasi
May mga
bagay
times
kasi
na
sila.
pwede rin talaga. May mga
Bagay
times na
kasi
pwede
sila.
rin talaga na magkaibigan lang. I think. Kasi I have a lot of guy friends. I have a lot of friends that are
Hot
men, you know.
guy friends.
It's
Hot?
just
Oo nga
that
pala.
kaya
Si
lang,
Jake.
nagkataon,
Wait.
since they're both, ayan, si Jcas. Oh.
Yes.
Rachel, so pagbalik mo dyan sa Pinas, sasama na ako kasi napansin, nabanggit mo marami kang hot guy friends dyan. Baka kailangan nila ng suporta.
ng suporta. Ayan,
Diba?
mga
Some-
tipong someone to
I can
cuddle.
also, like Carlos, I can also be a good ear to listen to them.
Yes.
A good ear,
Ayun
and as I
na.
mentioned, a good mouth. Thank you very much.
Just read between the lines.
Oo,
Kung
yun na
ibig
yun.
sabihin nun, ka. De kasi sandali, paano naman yung nga pala sabi ni Direk, naku, 1.5 na raw. Sandali, TFC, saglit lang ha. Wait, wala ka bang plan mag-record ulit na? Kasi nga, sa totoo lang sis yung songs mo, kanina, meron ako mga ka-message this morning, mga taga-Pilipinas, mga friends. As in, nung nakita nila yung pinost namin, di ba, the other day, lahat, nako po, yung mga guy friends ko, oh my God, crush ko yan. Grabe, wala na ba? Nagtatanong sila, meron ka ba daw next na recording? Kasi lahat ng mga songs na nilabas mo, it's always a big hit. And it's a classic actually. Until now, kahit mga bata, alam yung songs mo. Wala na bang bago? Wala kang bagong ilalabas?
The next thing will be the soundtrack of Song of the Fireflies. Kasi I have 2 songs there. So it's a duet with Maury, and the other one is a solo. Parang rock-rockan. Kasi 80s ang setting nung movie. So, may parang 80s rock song doon.
Usong-usong 80s ngayon eh.
Oo,
Sinabi mo.
80s kasi it's 1981 where
Okay.
basically the parang I guess the story where they well, I don't want to be a spoiler naman. Pero
Exactly.
basically it's that time frame 80 and 81. And buhay na ako noon, syempre as a kid, I know what that. Alam mo, ang ganda lang kasi
exactly.
even if it's a period film, itong movie na to is something na pwede nating ma-look back and naalala pa natin yung mga hairstyles, yung mga shoulder pads nung araw, di ba?
Exactly,
Yung ganun.
exactly.
Kumbaga, it's a time that we can already remember. Even if I was a very young kid at the time. Kasi 1974 ako eh. So, 49, di ba? I'm 49 now. So, I remember the 80s very well and it's fun because like I look at the film and like, oh my God, oo nga, white shoes, di ba?
That's
Uso nun
entertainment.
yung white flats. Alam mo yun sa babae, di ba? Sa mga
Yes,
babae,
yes.
yung ang hindi nun beige eh, hindi black, hindi beige. Ang mga suot nun ng mga babae, ang katernong sapatos ng mga outfits is meron kang white.
White,
Na parang
totoo.
white shoes. I don't know why, kasi nowadays you wouldn't do that, di ba? Hindi yun, di ba?
Exactly,
Usually,
exactly.
you put on like a beige, whatever, di ba? To tear
Yes,
down.
yes.
Ibang uso nun, kaya pati yung mga hairstyles nung araw, cute.
Pati ba
It's
yung
gonna be
mga
a really
yung
cute
mga may palong nilabas
Oh,
na
yun.
yun?
That's like a little bit later in the 80s, yeah. Pero di ba
Oo,
bawal
papuntang
noong
90s
80s
na pala
yung
yun.
flat na buhok? Like, yung ganitong book natin. Of course, si Jessie has like 2 heads of hair. Buisit ka talaga. Grabe
It's all
ang kapal
hers.
ng buhok mo.
We hate
Nakapal
her.
talaga yung buhok
Hindi
ko.
pa talaga wig yan.
Hindi
ba extensions
Di ba
yan?
pinahila ko sa'yo? Sabi ko, sis, hawakan mo, dali.
Para to may
Oo.
extensions eh.
Oo, para, no? Pero
Siyempre,
wala. Totoo.
Bawal
Oo.
nung araw yung ganitong, nung 80s, bawal
Na
yung
straight,
ganitong
oo.
hair straight. Laging parang may, di ba? Laging
May ganun, yung, yung mga
yung
ganun, no? Yung
merong
mga ganun,
either
oo.
yung crimp, naka-crimp,
Exactly,
or
oo.
naka-ganon. Yun, syempre makikita niyo. So it's good for, I think the movie will have parang that kind of throwback feel to it then.
Oh my God, I'm excited to watch it, sis.
Excited
Pero
din
sana
ako.
maglabas ka ng yung mga heartbreak songs mo ulit.
Oh yeah,
Sana,
that would be
please.
great.
Isa lang, sis, ulit na mga paalam na, yung mga ganun. yung mga ganung
Yeah, it's been a while.
eksena. Oo,
while.
yun yung aabangan natin yan for sure, for sure. My God. O sige sis, pasensya na.
Alright.
1.5 hours na
Oo,
pala. My God.
hey, talagang
Hindi natin,
nalibang na tayo sa kakakwento.
But
But before we go, I just want
Yes.
to invite
Yes.
everyone again to please
Yes.
check out my social media accounts so that you can
Yes.
check out there the concert schedules for our US kababayans. That's on Rachel J. Alejandro on Instagram and Rachel Alejandro on Facebook. And congratulations, guys, on
ay, nawala.
Isa na lang.
Nawala. Oo. Sana magkaroon ulit ng isa pang New York, New Jersey. Oo nga, no?
I-produce mo na.
Oo, yeah. Baka sige, pag-usapan natin. Oh my God. Sabi ko sana magkaroon ulit ng ng New York.
Sabi ko
New
kay Jessie,
Jersey.
produce mo na, Jessie.
Oo, pag-usapan natin yun. Oo.
Sige.
Bigyan na lang ako, sis, halika na, mag-produce na tayo ng ng mga concerts mo dito. Kailangan. My God. Okay, so go ahead, sis,
Ayan,
again.
tuloy
Sorry,
mo.
sorry.
Yeah, no, and I just
Go.
wanted to say,
Uh-oh.
I mean, to all of our kababayans in Baltimore, Salt Lake City, Fort Wayne, Indiana, Knoxville, Tennessee, of course, Hawaii, Cleveland.
Woo.
I'll see you guys very soon, and just message me if you want to book me for your city, for your community. Just message me on Rachel G. Alejandro and Rachel Alejandro on Facebook. So check out the
Yes.
schedule there. The numbers are there too for tickets.
For tickets, no?
Thank you, Jessie and Jcas. I love you.
Grabe, sis,
Of course.
nami-miss ka na namin.
Oo, we can't
Kailangan
wait
na
to see you again.
pagbalik mo, gimmick agad tayo. Right away. My God. Maraming salamat, sis. And
Thank
hi,
you,
Carlos,
Gigi.
ha?
Bye-bye.
Oo.
Thank you.
Oo.
Oo.
Ayan.
Tsaka sis, merong yung email mo kay Rach. Biglang
Ano yun?
siningit yun dito. Yung business natin. Oo, may
Marami
email
tayong mga
siya,
racket-rackets.
Maraming
Yeah.
racket. Okay, go ahead, sis. Okay, Jcas,
Okay,
you close mo na ba
bye.
ating store? Ating store?
Ano
ating
sa
shop.
tindahan?
Yes.
Ayan. Thank
Okay,
you very
go.
much, guys, for watching. Thank you, TFC subscribers, Jeepney TV, FYE
nawala.
Channel,
Okay.
in Kumu. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to share this amongst your friends. And also follow our socials in Over a Glass or Two in Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. At ayan. Tayo ang last toast, di ba? Kahit wala na po
nawala
si Rachel.
Oo,
Ayan.
oo, go.
Yes, mga
Yes.
ka-OAGOT, amidst the challenges of life, let's still find ways to be happy. Let's all talk about it over a glass or two. Bye, everyone. Thank
Good night,
you. Love
guys.
you.
Good morning. Good evening. Mwah. Bye, Rach. We miss you.